Chattisfying.
Segment 3, here we go.
Amazing. Right, so segment 3, for anyone who is only listening and is not watching, segment 3 is actually a clip show. So now is a really good time to draw your eyes to the screen if you're just listening. So what we're going to do now is we're going to play
Contextual Chattification.
And we're going to watch Sukonami's clips.
That's me. Hello.
That's right. Because we never did.
Or is it me?
No.
we never did that. No, I was always one of those things. Whenever we did that for other people, I was like, I never did that when I did. I was on here twice as a guest. I mean, I did it once.
Yeah. Because I think the first time was before we had it, and the second time we just because we normally flip a coin, don't we? And it flipped to follow sub or dip, so we never ended up.
You never ended up using his clips.
So the premise of this game is basically we're going to watch some of Suko's clips. The idea is that generally speaking, it's kind of hard to tell what the hell is going on, and then Moon and I are going to try and figure out what's going on, and then Deck's going to tell us.
Hello.
Yeah. So there we go. So should we load up the first clip?
I am ready.
Amazing. All right, lovely. Are you ready, Moon?
I will check that the first one is from Dragon Ball.
It's the Goku one, yeah.
The Goku one, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right, 3, 2, 1. Play that clip.
Then bring your
And down he goes.
and don't forget to extend your legs out really far like this too.
Ow!
You forgot the rest of the dance, though.
Let me tell you.
Do that.
It's
Holy.
To make things a little easier to follow, me and Piccolo are gonna model it for you, okay?
He's fine. He's good. We have him here today, so he's good. Oh,
Why are you like climbing back up?
Just like this.
oops.
You have to move like you're each other's reflection.
That's probably have black hair, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, your hair is really dark.
Yeah.
that is pure
Yeah,
comedy.
your chair did not like that at all.
This chair is infamous, may I tell you, about breaking.
Does
on
it have
stream.
only 3 legs, or?
Oh no, it's got like 6 of them. It's just an office chair.
It's still disbalanced. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Well, this
you still
chair
have balance.
has went through a lot of hardships. It's got duct tape all over it.
Okay.
The arms are all beat up.
Gotcha.
I actually got it set in hand because it was from my granddad's work and it was in a flood. And I was like, I need a new chair. Gave them 20 quid. Took this bad boy home. And I've had gaming chairs, like the ones that recline, the big, all the ones that are like orange and yellow and all these different ones. And they all broke. They're all terrible. This thing here, the thing that's been battered and bruised and just absolutely thrown about the place, it's all reliable right here. Let me tell you.
Reliable.
Except for in that clip where it didn't feel me.
The physical comedy available in this clip is so top notch because you got the fact that like you start to fall and then
She
it looks
falls
like
over.
you might teeter and then you fall over anyway.
I just go, yeah.
But then you've got like the
And then
gradual
you try to
climb
get
back
back
up,
up.
and you've got the fact that your hair's like all a mess as well. It's
I was on
genius.
the floor. I was like, I've just been done in. Like, that's it. Because at that point, my desk actually sitting the same way it was now. Because obviously a lot of the clips you're gonna see, that's like I normally move my desk either it's here or it's over this way, and you'll have all the games behind me, like just up behind me, sort of thing. Oh, it's an angle, and that way it's actually an angle. It's I think I was back. Probably last year-ish, that sort of thing. But yeah, it's I would not recommend buying a gaming chair. Office chairs are literally built for people to sit at their desk and work, so they are ergonomically designed for you to sit in there for hours.
For the money, you will get
and
a
for your
better
comfort.
product as an office chair rather than a gaming chair because
But
quite
also
often they
cheaper.
Yep. Exactly.
Because the gaming chairs are just valued at
They're
look
marked
good.
up because they're gaming chairs, but
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it.
the really
But yeah,
expensive ones are nice, obviously, but you have to spend like $2,000 for it to be worth it, and it's
exactly, yeah.
no.
Do you want to guess what happened there?
I think
Yeah,
I think
I
maybe
can't say.
I think maybe you fell over.
Yeah, I think that's odd. Yeah.
Yeah, I was genius though. I love that.
I was attempting the fusion dance, and I was full of hope.
You were
But it
full
only
of
showed
hope.
the last part.
Yeah, and then I was winded afterwards. So that was,
There's multiple parts to that dance.
well, if I hadn't fallen over, I probably would have completed the entire thing, wouldn't I?
I mean, Goku was still just like,
I think one of the best parts of that is the fact that it's like I fell off the chair and then
And then he's like, don't forget to extend your legs. Yeah.
Go to and Trunk's like, that's so lame. And I'm on the floor. I'm like, thanks, gee.
Attacking you while you're down.
Goodness. Oh man.
Don't forget to extend your legs out really far. I can't help but feel like if you had one extra leg on your chair, you might not have fallen over.
I might have not fallen over. If all of my legs on the chair were extended really far, I probably wouldn't have fallen over. But that's what happens. What can you do?
There you go. Should we move on to the next clip then?
We shall.
All right, amazing. So this looks like Dead by Daylight.
There's already a lot to unpack. This is Polysphere again. Yeah. So there's already a lot to unpack here.
All right, 3.
I don't know what you say.
It is. He's still chasing me. That's what it's called. Right, ready?
3, 2, 1. Play that clip.
You missed.
I mean, you're only a banana.
You're a shoddy shot, Michael. Ah! He's still chasing me! He's still chasing me! You can't see it! He's chasing me! He got me.
No shit.
You missed. Oh goodness. Yeah. Well, you got me. That was But
It's
no,
one
that
of
was.
your channel redeems, right?
This is I was talking about this earlier on. With obviously going back to the bots and stuff like that. This is one of the things I'm able to do. So this is.
I think that's something Mix It Up might not be able to do.
Yeah. So this is.
But it might be able to command it to do it, kind of thing.
Maybe. So this is what I got this redemption called the Wii channel, and pretty much it'll like it goes to a full screen. And it sort of does like the whole Wii shop sort of animation, sort of like does a whole sort of thing. And normally I talk about Nintendo. I say, oh, how great Nintendo is, all that sort of stuff. But sometimes Nintendo.
But you're like, I'm being choice.
Yeah, pretty much. So you can use it at any point, but because it obviously it moves from like one screen to the other screen, you can still hear the game, and I'm still getting chased. And it's like I'm a banana, but that's not a channel for redemption. Someone's turned me into a banana. And I'm getting chased by Michael Myers around the map. I'm already panicked. I'm a banana, and it doesn't help. The Wii music's it's not fitting at all. I have no idea what's going on. Like, why are we talking about Nintendo? And I'm getting chased by Michael Myers, and it finally finishes, and then he whacks me one.
Yeah.
And then he whacks me.
Just like, I'm dead.
I'm dead.
Yep,
exactly.
I'm down.
I do have a question.
What's up?
Why is it called a subathon if it's a follower goal?
I don't know why. My plan was when I hit 2K, I would do a subathon. That was the whole sort of goal. And then I was like, you know what? I don't really want to do goals, that sort of stuff. So obviously we talked about goals in previous things as well.
Yeah.
It's nice to have them on the screen if it's not taking up too much space. And
I
it's nice to have
see. Right. So in actual fact, if you got to 2,000 followers, you were planning to do a subathon.
Yeah, that was the idea, sort of thing.
Right. That makes a lot more sense.
But yeah, that was the idea, and I think this is one of my 12-hour horror streams I was doing, or maybe a community day I was doing.
Yeah.
So it was sort of like we're just playing Dead by Daylight at the end of it or something. Normally I'll end off with Dead by Daylight sort of thing. So it's like I still had the little pet there as well in the bottom corner, which normally you would normally say hi or whatever. So it's the same. It's a nice little thing to have there. That's all.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was to sort of clear up any confusion. That was if I hit that sort of goal, I would be doing a subathon sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Should we move on to the next clip?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I think I've seen this one.
Oh, this one. Oh,
all right,
okay.
Are you guys ready with this? This is a Breath of the Wild one.
Oh.
All right, calm down, Nick. Right, are you ready with this
I
one,
know,
Moon?
I know what's coming.
You ready with this one, Moon?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play that clip.
Look at this. I don't believe it, but I actually caught one. This delicacy is known to have very, very potent effects under the proper circumstances. Ta-da!
God, she's annoying.
Research in the castle shows ingesting one of these can actually augment certain abilities. We wouldn't be in a controlled environment.
Butt and frogs.
But with your level of physical
Butt and
fitness,
frogs.
you'd be a perfect candidate for the study. Go on. Taste it.
Love the look on your face as well. You're like,
Don't check what I did there.
You totally didn't
It's
just take like 20 screenshots and then yeah.
Well, it's one of those. I feel like it's one of those. It was a frog. I wanted to take a picture of the frog. I was a little bit early.
Oh yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, she was pulling a frog up, and I was like,
Did you,
I was
did you
a
know if you
bit
hold the button, it would have done like a whole recording of that?
Yeah, but then I could, I've got, unlike you, I've got about 30 screenshots of Zelda's ass. But I have a collection, I'll have as well as Mifa, because Breath of the Wild never made me question my sexuality, much like much until then.
You thought
And
maybe
then
I
I
do
realized,
like fish.
maybe I like the fucking fish, yeah. Until I'd seen and Sidon. I'm okay with both.
Sidon's pretty hot too, to be fair. Yeah.
He does that. He does that thing with his and his
I
little
actually never saw that scene in Breath of the
his
Wild.
teeth. It's one of the memories. It's one of the memories.
I don't think I don't think I had gotten all of them, unfortunately.
That was the first thing I went and did. I think I started the game. I got off the plateau that you start, and King Rome's like, "Oh, go off and do this." I'm like, "Perfect." And then I went off and did the memory strip.
And you tell the memories.
I went. I'm actually maybe a lie. I went and did all the towers, and I went and got the memories, and then I started going around and doing stuff. That's what it was.
So you're basically the context of this clip is basically that you're being a perv.
Yeah, I'm a simp for Zelda. I actually, I was just documenting.
The frog. Don't forget.
I was
the frog too.
documenting frogs, really. If you ask,
But
if you really think
I don't know. I think I saw one frog screenshot versus.
I think that
scene of her butt.
So it's like I just capture a whole bunch of her butt, and then suddenly it's like a couple minutes passes, then she pulls out a frog, one more, and then that's it. It continues.
Yeah, you saw the frog, and you're like, oh, I gotta get one of the frogs.
No, just one of them. Keep that for later. Exactly.
That'll defend it.
I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but Skyward Sword Zelda over Breath of the Wild Zelda any day, mate.
I feel like Breath of the Wild Zelda, she's a little bit annoying, but she's also very more independent. I feel like she's trying to do things on her own rather than having Link do them for her, sort of thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's the sort of thing why people find her out. It's like, oh, she's trying to be her own person with like, the hero in shiny armor coming to get her.
It's more the fact that she's just kind of a spoiled child.
She also has the fact she's English.
Yeah, I mean, fair. Yeah, that's a big
one. Interesting that they added voice acting.
Please.
Now, will Pokemon ever do it? Probably not.
Okay.
I kind of hope
Scarlet and Violet would have been a good candidate for voice acting, but they didn't do it.
Yeah, didn't do it. One day they'll do Pokemon voice acting, and it'll be probably bad.
I will be legit
cringe.
blown
Wouldn't it be
away.
like a bad anime or something if they, like, oh golly, I hope I get this Pokemon. You're just like, shut up.
I will say, like, a lot of the anime has some good voice actors. Like, I've been watching Journey's the most recent one, and I've been actually really enjoying it. He goes to all the different regions and shit. You get to hear the voices of a bunch of the different characters. I'm like, man, this has actually been great.
I remember,
you know how it'd be a bit annoying though. Like, for example, in the current server, like, terrestrialize. He's just like, shut up.
Well, it wouldn't happen in battle. I don't want the voice acting in the battles, but like important cutscenes.
I remember, you know how there was all that talk about
like
you being under the van and stuff, and it's like, oh, if you do this, you can do that, and this, and all that sort of stuff. I remember taking my DS to school one day, and I was maybe like 7, whatever.
I knew how to get me
playing. I'm playing Diamond and Pearl, and like my friends watching like intently, thinking about, oh, I actually kind of enjoy Pokemon. I went, do you put on the audio mode so you can listen to them talk? And they're like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, it doesn't have one. You have to read all your stuff.
I actually learned how to get Mew in Red, Blue, and Yellow. Not the proper way. I think that
in the remakes there was a event for it. I think you can go to. I think
there was an event. Yeah,
a certain island you go to and you go and catch
know the
Mew
legit
through the grass.
Way. I don't know the legit way in Gen 1.
There wasn't a legit way to get Mew in Gen 1.
There was no legit way.
There wasn't a legit way. I mean,
I was wondering if it was an event or
ways.
something.
If you got it in Pokemon Stadium,
you transfer over.
But it was really hard to do that.
Over.
But there was a glitch, a cheat where you could get it, and it was nothing to do with that truck next to the SSN.
Yeah. Essentially, you get an Abra. You get an Abra. You go fight a trainer in the second gym.
No, it was just outside the second gym.
You can't fight the trainer.
Yeah.
So you go in the gym, you fight the very first trainer, you leave the gym, and you fly away. Or it's either you fly away from the guy or you go beat the gym first. I think it's fly away from the guy first, actually. There's a trainer up on the bridge.
I think there might be a different way.
You get him in your range, you fly away, you go to the gym, you fight the second trainer, you go up the bridge, and you encounter a level 7 Mew.
I think I must have done a different way, because the way I remember it was there was this particular trainer outside of Cerulean City. And if you'd already fought him, you were boned. You couldn't get it. But luckily I hadn't. It's something to do with an Abra. And it
I think the requirement, the trainer has to be off screen and walk onto screen. And as he sees you, you fly away and it glitches out your menus.
That's right. It was something
and essentially how it controls it being Mew is that trainer that you fight, like that you actually fight, has a stat on the Pokemon, and that stat equals Mew when you encounter the bridge or leave Lavender Town. Both of those two things can trigger it. Lavender Town or the Nugget Bridge.
See, what I did is I went to a cave and Big Mew beat me up. And that's how I found Frieza in a cave. Yeah, exactly.
Should we move on to the speaking of Pokemon, should we move on to the
Pokemon?
Yeah, speaking of.
Now, I did mention this before to Mellar. This one is a little bit loud.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
It's just best to turn it down a little bit just because of the reaction, that's all.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, play that clip.
Taran the Terror Bean, a shout out for me.
Ooh.
Fuck Bruno
Very
Mars!
nice. That's actually... Is it one of the rare and shinies in that game?
It's one of the rare shinies.
Specific fishing spots, correct?
It's one of the rare shinies. It's one of the rarest Pokemon you can find, and also one of the rarest shinies you can get. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like specific tiles that give Feebas, correct?
They change daily as well. They change daily.
Ah, so it's even more complex. Gotcha. That's amazing. I remember someone in Pokemon Sword and Shield. I don't know if he ever did end up finding it, but he was trying to find the 1% Feebas shiny, and he would fish every day and could never find it. That's awesome.
That's I got it. Nice. I got it.
That's very nice.
So I have the issue of I'm severely, probably mentally just stupid, and I have this thing in every single Pokemon game I've ever played, which is I have to catch every single. If I'm going to have a member on my team, I have to catch it in a Pokeball. And when you run into a shiny Pokemon, and you end up, I whenever I go to a Pokemon game, I always tell the rest of the Pokeballs, no matter like Great Balls, Premier Balls, whatever, I always get rid of them. I always have like 999 Pokemon, 999 Pokeballs on me, so I can always I keep throwing balls and whatever. I try to catch every single Pokemon I ever catch in a Pokeball.
Yeah.
And Pokeballs have a very low chance of actually
catch rate, yeah.
Of catch rate, yeah. So I've generally reset on legendaries just to catch in a Pokeball, plenty of times. That's so yeah. You want to guess what happened in there? It's pretty simple, I think, on that one.
Have you considered a compressor?
At that point, I wasn't using one. At this point, I am.
You've got one now, yeah.
Yeah. At that point, I wasn't. At this point, I like how that was last year. I wasn't.
Yeah, compressors are really
apparently my
important.
earbuds are dying.
Yeah, I did a lot of. I think at that point, I was very kind of scared to use audio, to mess with my audio, because I tried to use what was it? There's a certain
voice mirror banana is what you're about to say. Isn't it?
Yeah. I was trying to work out voice mirror and stuff, and it was just making things sound like.
Yeah.
I'm like, what did you say? I was like, and it's like, let me turn this off real quick, and it's like, yeah. So yeah, there's some stuff in OBS you can do as well, but there's other better voice settings you can use that make things sound better. But yeah,
that's amazing.
That was the biggest issue. But yeah, pretty much I ran into this. I was looking for a shiny. I was looking for just a Feebas, and it was the second Feebas I ran into. Because I always knew I wanted a Milotic on my team. And as Moon said, Milotic Feebas only spawn on certain tiles on a certain day, randomly in this one area in a cave in Diamond and Pearl. So I'm going along.
Quite insane odds.
Yeah, pretty much
to find one.
And I'm looking around and I'm fishing. So you have to basically fish on every single spot twice to make sure that it just in case it's a 50-50%
that is not the Feebas spot essentially
to get it pretty much exactly, because it can be either Feebas or it's a different Pokemon. And so I ran into the tile and I caught one and I was like, oh, this isn't sort of the nature. You need a certain nature for it. I was like, oh, this isn't the sort of thing I need. Let me get something else. And the second one I got was that one, and I lost my shit.
The odds of that are like astronomical.
It's also the last shiny I ever got. I'm not going to ever done that, and I'm never going to probably top that either.
Oh man! All right, well, should we move on to the next clip?
Yes.
Amazing. All right, lovely. Are you ready?
I am ready.
3, 2, 1. Play that clip.
Sonic the Hedgehog!
Oh Lord, that's Sonic. He's like,
why is he so fat?
Why is he walking like that?
So to explain, this is Monster Arise.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it looks like Monster. Yeah.
Yeah, so Monster Arise. The Monster Arise is a DLC with Sega that allows you to dress up your pets in that game. Pretty much your palicos and your the little dogs you get.
Oh, that was hilarious.
There's so much wrong with that.
God. And pretty much there's also Kami DLC in there as well. So the dog is Tails and the cat is Sonic, and the cat's always running about sort of like on their hind legs in a way. So if I hadn't put the Sonic outfit on him, it was just this cat. But imagine you just fought this triumphant battle. You did this big battle with the final boss, or the big boss.
Oh my
sort of thing.
God!
And you come back to town, and everyone's like, "Are they okay?" And it's just like, I made it back, and there's Sonic the Hedgehog's walking on his hind legs.
That is so cursed. I love that. That is so.
That is pretty damn cursed.
I love that.
Oh, it's
what
awful.
The fudge?
It is genuinely just it is an interesting time to be alive. I think they've added more stuff like that with newer updates, but it's like it's crazy what you can do in that game. It's absolutely crazy.
Amazing. Well, should we move on to the last one then?
Maybe we should.
All right. Well, this already looks interesting. So 3, 2, 1, play that clip.
Oh, has it got a Yuffie one? Oh yeah, that's all right. I'd be okay. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yes, very appropriate.
See you in a bit. Oh, has it got a Yuffie one?
The zoom in. The zoom in right there. That's so funny.
I don't want to talk about it.
So what led you to looking up body pillows like that?
I can't remember. There was something. Was obviously that. So that I was playing Breath of the Wild at the moment at that time. Sorry, because that clip's from Breath of the Wild. I was obviously doing something, and we were talking about. I can't remember whenever we talk about Sephiroth, it always goes to this because I'm a big Sephiroth stan, or whatever, and that's probably how we got to Yuffie, because Yuffie is also from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
But for some reason we got onto body pillows, and I was like, I wonder how much is a body pillow. Oh, I've got a quote about Sephiroth. I wonder how much a Sephiroth body pillow costs, or whatever. I think someone used one of the quotes, and I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to look that up.
I do have a question, but I'm kind of afraid of the answer.
Okay.
Oh, did he buy any?
Why is the Yuffie one more expensive than the other ones?
That's she is younger, though. That's the thing. It's like people are strange. People are really strange.
All right.
I also didn't buy it.
Or something.
I also didn't buy it, and that was my granddad that came in. So bearing in mind, this is like this is 9 o'clock. I don't think he never mentioned it. He never mentioned it once.
So you don't know if he actually saw the screen?
I don't know if he saw it or not, because at that point my desk was here, and if you're coming in this door is like right in front of me. So at the moment, these two monitors there, someone comes in the room, they can't see what I'm looking at. But when it's sitting there, that was on my main monitor. So that would have been this one. So that one's gonna be like right here. And if you're coming in the door like night, you could
glance at it,
see it and be like, I'm gonna see you later. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting one to be. I don't know why I did that. I think I'm good. I don't want to talk about it. I will update you though on episode 20 of Chattisfying when I do eventually have one, and I'll be like, look what came in the mail.
Okay.
Oh man,
I've got an appropriate anime body pillow.
I'll tell you an anime body pillow.
There's no such thing as an appropriate anime body pillow.
I will.
There is.
I'll tell you a body pillow story if you like.
Mine is.
So we went down to Glasgow for a gaming convention back in last November.
Right.
And went to this the convention. We bought a bunch of stuff.
Oh my God, died.
It's actually where I got the little one, that one right there, that little thing of Vegeta as an ape, and like I got my SNES there as well, which I can pull over, which is still in like a little packet and stuff, covered in dust. Don't look at that. But we went around this convention and stuff, and then it finished at like 3-4 p.m. So it's like still plenty of time in the day. My friends were staying in Glasgow that night, so I was going to drive home, which is like maybe like a 2-3 hour drive. I was like, I'll stay here as long as possible, then drive home. So we went to a whole bunch of other shops, and we found some other shops. And there's a really good shop called I think it's Anime Heaven, right beside what's it called? Right beside Damage Society. And I've been back there and stuff, but it's like this big place, and you can see all these. It's like you got a statue of Totoro there, and they sell body pillows, right? And there was body pillows at the top, and I was like, I keenly went over to the clerk, and I was like, just making conversation sort of thing, and I sort of went, like, so is that all the body pillows that you sell? And she looked at me straight in the eye, and she went, "No, sir!" And she started shouting, like, "Oh no, this isn't these unfortunately, these are the only body pillows we sell." But she said it very, very loud, and like the entire sort of store just sort of turned. I was like, "Oh no, oh no." So yeah, I was like, "Oh, thanks," and sort of what?
Consider yourself satisfied.